Y'all smell that? That smells like the playoffs, baby. Except we ain't gonna see the Pelicans in the playoffs because that bum-ass team is losing in the first round. Jordan Hawkins, that dude's a bum. Zion Williamson, flopping fat ass. Stephen A. Smith was right. No, I'm just kidding. I actually like Zion Williamson a lot, and I can call him a fat ass as a former fat ass myself. But anyways, we're going to talk about the game, but let's skip into that fourth quarter with 11 minutes to go, where Zion got a very nice steal, and he was wrapped up hard by Kevin Love. In my opinion, what was a clean foul, but somehow Zion lost his footing, almost caused an earthquake when he hit the ground. Nah, I'm kidding. That joke is easy, but Zion hit the ground, and that led to one of the most interesting brawls / sequences that I've seen in quite some time in today's soft ass NBA. Anyways, everyone started running up on each other. It was kind of a giant melee. The benches were clearing. And then you had Najee Marshall put his hands around Jimmy Butler's neck. Ooh, that boy Najee Marshall is lucky that Jimmy had about 4 people holding back. Otherwise, Jimmy would have went to beat his ass. Now, that scuffle only went on for maybe like 10 seconds, kind of got separated a little bit. Jimmy, kind of calmed down a little bit. Bam calmed down a little bit. But then in the background, behind where the actual scuffle was happening, you had Jose Alvarado and Thomas Bryant getting into it with each other. Someone swings on the other. I don't know who swung first. Next thing you know, you got another scuffle. You have Nikola Jovic with that Serbian blood getting in there, getting tough and gritty. And you know what? I love to see it, Nikola Jovic, because I had a problem just a couple weeks ago when Duncan almost got his arm ripped out the socket by Jaylen Brown, and Bam Adebayo was sitting there laughing. Show some damn heart. Show some damn fight. Y'all talk about this Miami Heat team is the kennel because y'all got a bunch of dogs. Let me see the dogs, man. And we saw that tonight with Nikola Jovic. I love to see him fighting up for his teammates like that. Him and Jimmy are boys like that. Now, Nico didn't really play all that well tonight. He did have this one very nice lob to Jimmy that got everyone kind of hyped, but outside of this play, he was kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I kind of keep telling everyone to temper their expectations on Nikola Jovic. But he's 20 years old. He'll be fine one day. But that's it on Nikola Jovic. Back to the fight. You had Jimmy Butler get ejected as he serenaded the crowd and hyped them up on his way out. There was another Heat fan in a D-Wade jersey that got ejected too. That was kind of funny. But on top of that, you obviously had Jovic and you had Thomas Bryant get ejected. They will likely get suspended as well because they did leave the bench during an altercation because they weren't in the game. You also had Najee Marshall and Jose Alvarado get kicked out of the game from the Pelicans. Najee Marshall will very likely get suspended, as will Jose Alvarado, because I saw him throw a punch as well. And when you throw a punch, that's an automatic suspension. But anyways, obviously on paper, the Pelicans sort of won that trade-off there because we lost Jimmy Butler. But then you had the guy that I just gave an A- in my grade, Heat player grades I gave earlier today on the podcast. If y'all didn't see that video, go check it out. But I gave Bam Adebayo an A- for his first half of the season. And I said, yes, he's tailed off in the last couple months. His actual 2024 hasn't been great, but I do hope that he has a very improved second half of the season. And if he plays the rest of the season like he did tonight in that second half, my God, is this Heat team, is their ceiling just at a completely other level. I think Bam only had like 4 points in that first half, but in that fourth quarter, he took over on both sides of the floor. He saw his star player, Jimmy Butler, go down, and he said, give me the damn game in my hands. I'm going to send us home. I'm going to win the game for us. He was cooking Valanciunas in the paint. He was cooking on the perimeter with his fakes and spins and fadeaways. He was locking down Zion Williamson on the defensive end. Had this nasty block on him with Zion trying to body his ass. Hell no. Van said, get the F out of here. What an exciting fourth quarter from Bam Adebayo. There was some negative. You had Tyler Herro hyperextend his knee. He was kind of running up the court while getting pressured. His foot gave out, and when his right foot slid forward, the knee kind of bent in a little bit. He sort of hobbled off. It looks more like a hyperextension than anything. Now, as I always say, I am a doctor. I went to law school for 15 years. No, it doesn't make sense, but you can trust my opinion. Tyler Herro's going to be all right. Hopefully. I think so. That's what I'm going to keep telling myself. But anyways, the Heat do come away with a win. It never really got out of reach too much. I think the Heat got down by as much as one when some guy named Jeremiah Robinson Earl cashed a 3. But then Hayward Highsmith matched that right back. The Heat went on like a 7-0 run and never really looked back in that fourth quarter. Although it wasn't a blowout or nothing, the defense was amazing, and they got enough stops to kind of get it done without, coming down to the wire the last possession of the game. So back to the first half, the Heat were dominating. Then the Pelicans went on like a 20-5 run, tied the game up at halftime. Jimmy Butler had a great first half. Tyler Herro had a great first quarter. And after that, both of those things became kind of irrelevant for obvious reasons. Sort of the only other relevant thing to mention is that CJ McCollum did get hurt in that first half, where he only scored 2 points, had an ankle injury, and did not return in the second half. So had the Heat had lost this game, it would have been a bad one. The Pelicans already had no Brandon Ingram, and they basically had CJ McCollum for none of the game. The first half, but he scored 2 points. So this is a game that you had to get, because you do got 3 more games coming up on this Western Conference road trip. I kind of want to go through here and look at the box score and see if there's anybody here that we forgot to talk about. So we talked about Jimmy Butler, who, even though he only played 27 minutes, 23, 9, and 6 for 3 steals. He was cooking. 7 of 12. He got the efficiency. He had this one play in the first half where he made me jump out my seat. He was sort of backing down in the post, a double pump fadeaway or fake, and then with the step through up and under off the backboard. What beautiful footwork, because as I always say, I got a foot fetish for the footwork. Y'all know I usually say it about Jaime Jaquez, but tonight it was Jimmy Butler who was cooking over there. Nikola Jovic did get the start, but as we said, he basically did nothing. 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Whoop-de-doo. I'm telling Heat fans, temper your expectations. He's a kid. I don't personally believe he should be in the starting lineup at this time, but that's a whole other discussion. Bam Adebayo finished with 24 and 7 on the Knights after a dominant second half. Caleb Martin, I really like what he provided out there. 8 points and 5 rebounds for him. Fourth quarter was a little sloppy with the offense from him, but you did get the defense, and that was something I was very happy to see. And then, of course, Tyler Herro finished tonight with 15 points and 6 rebounds. He was 6 of 14. He was fine. I didn't love the fourth quarter execution for him, but you had Bam Adebayo to make up for that, and I really don't want to nitpick on Tyler Herro, because as soon as I say one thing negative, my comments are flooded with people calling me a hater, and it's just not true. But, if you want to comment that I'm a hater, I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's engagement and it helps the algorithm. If you also want to help the algorithm, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot. And as far as the rest of the bench, you got Duncan Robinson, 17 points. He obviously shot pretty well, 5-11 from 3. And Jaime Jaquez with 8 points. Kevin Love and Hayward Highsmith were fine. But that's really all I got to say from the Heat side. From the Pelicans side, I guess shout out Jonas Valanciunas, 12 and 10. We knew he was going to cook tonight because the Heat are so small. He's so big and lumbering. And I do believe the Pelicans killed the Heat on the offensive glass when it was all said and done. They had the Heat had 10 offensive boards to the Pelicans 18. That's obviously too much, but what can you do? The Heat have no big men on the roster. But shout out Zion Williamson. He's pretty awesome tonight, too, with 23 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. I am a huge fan of Zion, actually. If he could stay healthy, obviously that's the biggest concern. I think he'll continue to be a very great player in this league. The only other interesting thing from this game is we saw no DeLon Wright, and I was sad about that. I didn't actually read the inactive report, so I don't know if he was active or not. I don't even remember seeing him on the bench, but I know he was practicing with the team, so he must have been there somewhere. But considering next game, you're likely going to have no Tyler because of his knee. You're going to have no Jay Rich. You're probably going to have no Scary Terry, who does look like he can return on this trip. I just don't know if it'll be next game. So you're already missing those 3 guards. You're going to have Nikola Jovic likely suspended. DeLon Wright's likely going to get some very heavy PT next game. And I can't say that it's something I am pretty excited to see. The next game for the Miami Heat, as I pull up the schedule here, is versus Sacramento Kings on Monday. The next 3 games are at 10 p.m. I'll be watching. Will I have a post game? Probably, because I have no life, and I want to give the fans what they want, man. And we're trying to grow the channel over here. So while everyone else is sleeping, I'm gonna be over here either doing a stream or a post game video. So make sure y'all subscribe so you don't miss it. I do greatly appreciate it a ton. Go enjoy your weekend, everyone, and I'll see y'all next time.
Look, pull up in your city, tryna get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need a head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.